Ooh. That might be too close to my face. Babe, hi. I was wondering if you got my text, but I see you did. You did make it. You did make it. I think, yeah, I want to see what it's like going live around this time, and maybe I'll just do this instead because I've been going live late. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Depends if the people like it this time. You did. K Dumplings in the house. How y'all's day going so far? It's going good. It's very busy. It's been a lot of fun. Gabrielle had a different sort of day today though, but I'm doing well. How's everything? I'm good. How are you? Gamaliel. Thoughts on cool water. All right, Juan. Well, honestly, cool water is a solid fragrance. You know what I mean? I feel like for me, it was my very first scent. Not that I got for myself, but my cousin, my uncle and aunt got it for me when I turned 13. So I thought it was a really cool gift, and till this day, a lot of people still wear it. So, yeah, we won't get into it. G Fragrance is here. Jadalia, how are you? Hey. Man, how's everybody doing? What's everybody's scent of the day? My scent of the day is you know what, you already probably know what it is. Best Tom Ford if I like fruity, sweet fragrances, or your best recommendation in general for a sweet, fruity fragrance. I would say you should try a sweet, fruity fragrance. Try Lamar by Kajal Perfumes. It's this one right here. It's like a sweet pineapple type of scent, Francine. I also do like Oud Symphony though, if you like passion fruit. So if you want to go more passion fruit, black currant, go with Oud Symphony. If you want more pineapple, then go with Lamar. Hi Oswald, how are you? How many sprays do you like to do of Black Phantom by Killian? Well, Bryce, you know what? I hardly use that fragrance because it's really warm here. I would go with like 3, but I have the travel size one, this one right here. And this sample is already like more than enough for me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you can focus. I keep thinking this is the back camera, but it's not. Yeah, it's strong. It is a strong one. Let's see. Scent of the day, Supremacy, Not Only Intense. Ooh, what's that? Never tried that fragrance before. But yeah, it depends how you want to show out. You know what I mean? Like if you're really going to a bougie type of event and it's going to be outdoors, sure, you can go more than 3. But honestly, that thing already carries really nicely. You know what I mean? DT's in the house. Hello. And are there any discontinued fragrances you would bring back? I love Sea Intense by Armani, the black bottle. That is my favorite discontinued fragrance of all time. It smells so good. Is Ombre Nuit similar to La Nuit? No. They're very different fragrances. La Nuit is more of a cardamom scent. Ombre Nuit is more of like an amber rose type of fragrance. Have you tried Gucci Pour Homme 2? It's discontinued. I haven't. I've smelled the original, like, Gucci Pour Homme on a lot of people. Honestly, I can't even really remember, like, what it smells like. But Gucci Pour Homme, or Gucci Black is nice. That's a nice fragrance. Okay. Melissa, what do you think about Armani Code Colonia? I haven't tried that one personally, but I would love to. Is Carlisle the most yet Yabby Farrell scent? It's up there. In terms of sweet fragrances, yes. But there's definitely a couple that do that. I bought the new Sea Intense, but I wasn't in love with it, but I saw your TikTok on the black bottle, so I got that. Can't wait till it gets here. Yeah, I love the black bottle. That one is just super sexy to me. I haven't tried the newer one, but people have told me, well, some people say that it's even better. Some people say that it's not even close. So we'll see, we'll see. Spice Bomb versus Wanted by Night. I've only tried the Most Wanted by Asaro. I haven't tried Wanted by Night. So I'm gonna go with Spice Bomb because I really do love Spice Bomb. Oud Wood is way sexier. Ooh, sexier than what? In your opinion, is Oud Wood worth the cost over the Nuit de L'Homme for smell, performance, and versatility? Okay, that's what you're talking about, Vic. Yeah, for her, she thinks Oud Wood is super, super sexy. Definitely a more unique fragrance, but it's like, what, double, triple the price of Le Nuit de l'Homme? Um, it's up to you, really. You know what I mean? It's just gonna make you smell more unique because it's a woody fragrance, and there's not as much like really, really likable woody scents out there that have that mass appeal in comparison to Oud Wood. There are a lot of woody fragrances that niche lovers enjoy time and time again, but that doesn't translate to public love. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. Sorry about that noise. It's not me, y'all. I'm trying to scroll here. What do most girls think about Jazz Club? Okay, so online there's a lot of love for it. In fact, here's the thing, it gets a lot of love from the ladies that have messaged me to a point where they want to wear it. So it's just a very sexy, boozy type of chain. I saw somebody talk about a Cuban of fragrance. Man, okay, let me catch up. What are you asking, Juan? When's the DJI Cuban coming? Um, I don't, you know what? I don't know. I know a lot of people dog on like machine made Cubans, like Italian ones and stuff like that. But I'm not really tripping. I really want, I'm like, if, I think it was you that I was responding to, but like, I like that the 4 to 5 millimeter size is like perfect for me now. Like in my eyes, I'm like, okay, that looks really nice. So we'll see. We shall see. I'm not really tripping about it, but I'm excited. Okay. How would you personify Versace the Dreamer? Really interested. Honestly, it's gonna be hard for me to personify that fragrance just because it's very mass appealing, right? It's kind of like the same thing with Amris Homme, where it's pretty much good for everything. So there's nothing really unique about it that can separate it from everything else. But I will say, when I did wear the Dreamer, it reminds me of the summertime because I wore that nonstop last summer, especially when I was working. It was just that fragrance that when I threw it on, I was like, all right, it's time to get to work. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that if you smelled that randomly on somebody, that you'd be like, oh man, that fragrance gives off like, I don't know, like, how do I say this, like persistent type of like dominant vibes. It doesn't do that, you know what I mean? But that's what I think of with that fragrance, because for me, I was in my zone whenever I wore that, you know? So it kind of depends on your personality, and like the stuff that you like to do. She is an oversprayer. Gabrielle is definitely an oversprayer. Okay, Oud Wood broke my heart with how weak it's gotten compared to back in the day. Yeah, I haven't smelled the vintage bottles of Oud Wood, but I will say that the one that I wear, I do go nose blind to it, no lie, but Gabrielle still smells it on me after 7 hours. And I'm like, oh shit, that's still there, you know what I mean? So she smells it. So again, nose blind. Don't worry too much if you can't really smell your scent, all right? Hi. Hey, Melissa, do you have any personal favorite fragrances for both night and day clubs? Daytime, Salt and Pepper. Nighttime, Carlisle. Easy. Okay, let's see. Hi, Frida, how are you? Uh, she says if she's going outdoors, she'd do 20 to 30 sprays of strong fragrances. Gabrielle? Gabrielle is not doing 20. Hold on, I'm missing a part of this conversation here. I'm not gonna jump in, but let's see. For me, since you guys are kind of talking about overspraying, I would say it depends. Like, I think if you want to overspray a fresh fragrance, if you're gonna be outdoors, awesome. Like, if you're gonna be outside all day, totally go for it, right? But if you are going to be contained in a room, like if you're going to work and people can't open up the windows because they're on like the 72nd floor, then don't be that asshole that is spraying so much. You know what I mean? Kind of read the room and where you're going. If you're going to a club, sure, you can wear a stronger fragrance, but at the same time, you don't want something that is gonna just like try too hard to get attention. You know what I'm saying? At least that's my opinion on it. Best office perfume. Molecule 1 would do really, really good in the office. And Versace Bright Crystal, honestly. I think Versace Bright Crystal isn't as soft as people think it is. But I would say Molecule 1, honestly. Aaron Terrence Hughes, thoughts. I've only tried one of his fragrances that a subscriber kindly gave me. It's called Violet Delirium, and I didn't like it. But I would love to try more of his offerings. I think that he has a lot of other things that lots of my subscribers have been telling me about, so it would be awesome. Yeah. Just want enough to get her attention and have her hit that neck for more. Yeah, no, that's kind of how I feel about fragrances as well. Like when I'm wearing them, I never wear it to get attention. You know, I like being known as the person that smells good, but I do it in a way that comes across as effortless. You know what I mean? Where people can smell me. It does get attention, but it's not trying too hard to get that attention. So when I'm walking by, they're like, oh, damn, that smells good. And they talk to me, and the closer they get, it just kind of intoxicates people more and more and more. And I love that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just that what I've noticed whenever people talk about performance issues with their fragrances, like when I get DMs on Instagram, it's mainly like they also don't know how to apply it. You know, these like they're just kind of spraying everywhere, then walking into the sprays and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, never walk into your fragrance and then wonder why it's not lasting on you. You know what I'm saying? So just be cautious with that. Let's see, is Fierce even worth a cop nowadays? Honestly, it's still pretty solid. I would say that, you know, with Fierce being as big of a beast it was back in the early 2000s to now when you have things like blue bottles like, you know, Dior Sauvage, YEDP, I think that it can kind of resurge, you know what I'm saying? Because it still has that sexy likability to it that a lot of us in their 20s and 30s are very used to kind of smelling. It's very nostalgic, at least when I smell it. But for the younger generation, you know, the ones in high school that are looking for like a sexy masculine fragrance, that thing will still pull. Like I gave my cousin another Abercrombie fragrance. He's like 13, 14, and he's going to be wearing it in high school. And like I know that he smells good with it, you know? So let's see. You should try Armand Sillage. I would be down. I would be down. I really want to know what you think of Silky Woods or Pacific Rock Moss. I made a video on that actually already for Pacific Rock Moss. I've made a few videos on that fragrance. Just YouTube my name and the name of the scent. I got Molecule 1 on your recommendation and it's good, but I can barely smell it. That's the thing that it does, Christy. Sometimes you could smell it, sometimes you can't. It's just that type of fragrance, you know what I mean? But it is a scent that other people around you will smell if, you know, you're being active and stuff like that. But I'm glad you're enjoying the fragrance. It's definitely a secret weapon type of scent because no one's going to really guess what fragrance you have on. You know, if you walk by people and you're wearing Chanel No. 5, most people, or not most people, but, you know, they'll notice, okay, they'll ask you what you're wearing and be like, oh, yeah, I know somebody that wears that. That you smell like my friend, right? But if you walk, like, and you're wearing Molecule 1 and people are like, damn, she smells good, they're not going to be able to kind of put a label on what that scent is because it doesn't smell like a perfume, you know? It's cool. Best cigar fragrance. I actually answered this on the last live Viking. You asked me this several times and I gave you the answer a lot, so I'm going to say it again. I will say Pure Havane. All right? Pure Havane by Mugler. If you missed me saying that, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's like a cherry tobacco fragrance. That's the first thing I think of when I think of a cigar type of scent. So it might not be the most cigar-y fragrance, but it's what I think of. Okay, let's see. Is another 13 Pound Town worthy? I've never tried that fragrance before. Fierce is still a hitter, always. Yes, it is. It is. Have I tried Atelier des Ors Rouge Spray? No, I have not. I've never actually heard of that. Get YEDP. It's today's Fierce. It's very modern. YEDP is a modern fragrance and it smells good. I've put a couple guys on that I know personally and they love wearing that scent. But it doesn't smell like Fierce, you know what I mean? But it has the mass appeal. Like both of them have that mass appeal. KJ, how's it going? How are you? Thoughts on Cigar? I have not tried that. Is Club de Nuit a lady killer? Ooh, harsh words. I'm playing. I've never tried that one. I've only tried the Intense, and that one smells really good. So yeah. Um, Tobacco Vanille is the best cigar to me. Just don't overspray. Interesting. I don't get any cigar vibes or really any tobacco vibes from Tobacco Vanille. It just smells like a gingerbread cookie, in my opinion, to me. Very interesting. Montrese, how's it going? You can live without fragrances. Yes. I'm glad that you came to that realization for yourself. Do you get a weird smell after YSL L'Homme? It gets me a lot of compliments, so I keep wearing it, but it gives this odd detergent smell in the opening. No, it's not really a detergent smell that I notice. It just smells kind of like a gingery sort of scent. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it is a very clean one. Okay, let's see. What about Mancera Cedrop Rosé? That's great. That fragrance is awesome. But I do know that they reformulated it, right? So they have an intense version that came out. Haven't tried it yet, but believe me, I've been trying to get my hands on it. I've been trying to get my hands on it. Let's see. Okay, Montrese is like, I can't live without cologne. I can't live without cologne. Is Prada Black still a good frag for 2022, 2023? Yeah, I think so. It's not like an outdated sort of smell by any means. Please don't turn into typical YouTubers that release top 10 videos every other day. To be honest, I will just do whatever I want. I will do whatever I want. And what's interesting is I know that that can irritate some people, right? But that is the most requested type of video that I always get asked to do. You know what I mean? Because people want options and they want to be able to break it down into different scenarios. So if they're like, can you give me a top 10 for clubbing fragrances? Can you give me a top 10 for date nights, for, you know, brunches, for school, all that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, if that's what you want, sweet. But yeah, I will do as I please with my channel. You are more than welcome to create your own channel and post whatever you want to create on that. I think that'd be an excellent idea for you. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing my thing. But I appreciate the love. What was your gateway fragrance? La Nuit de l'Homme by YSL. This is the oldest fragrance in my collection, all right? So this has been with me, well, I started this like late 2020, 2021, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's a great one. It's a great one. Montrese, do whatever is gonna get you paid. Now, to be honest, the thing is, I've said this so many times, and I've made several videos on this, but to my newer subscribers, right? I'm gonna tell you that when I'm talking to brands and stuff like that, I always tell them that I'm gonna be very honest with my opinion on a fragrance, whether I like it or not. And if they're like a thumbs up with that, then we get into it, right? I'm like, okay, like I will be totally real about it. So you don't have to worry about me getting paid to talk about something in a good way if I don't like it, because you can obviously see in my face if I don't like a fragrance, and why would I want to push something that I don't enjoy? You know what I'm saying? So the ones you hear me talk about all the time, like my personal favorites, are just like, I talk about them for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm going to say about it. But let's see. Let's see. People just need to go buy some bottles, spend the money, get a small bottle, go from there. Sure, you can do that. People G's from their people Jez. Sorry, it's Jez. Stop asking these dumb questions. Go to Sephora, get a sample of frags. I think you might be a little late to the party because niche fragrances are not at Sephora. We are not really talking about Dior Sauvage and Bleu de Chanel and Chanel No. 5 in this chat. You know, more of these are fragrances you can't find there. But yeah, if you can get a small sample, like at Scent Split, absolutely go for it. You know what I mean? So to each their own. All right, let's see. Leighton or Jazz Club, which has more sex appeal? Both in their own right. For me, I think Leighton is sexier. I've gotten better reactions with Leighton. But some people like the booziness. Some people like the booziness of that. Let's see. Melissa, what's your bottle count right now? Maybe around like 90 something. I have been doing some giveaways also with Gabrielle. She's done some giveaways as well with bottles from her collection. So yeah, yeah, that's what we've been doing. You know what I mean? Okay, okay. Let me see. Let me see. How much are my stronger with you EDP EDT get compliments from women? I don't wear that fragrance, but I did put somebody on that scent. Um, and to be honest, he likes it, but he doesn't tell me like, oh yeah, girls have said this, blah 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 blah. But it's a nice fragrance, you know. It was finally catch up again. How are you? How you doing? How you doing? Okay, let's see. I remember when I did the thing that's interesting about giveaways, right? Is because I'll say like just put your Instagram handle in the comments, and then we'll read through the stuff, and then Gabrielle will pick one. At least with the past two that we've done, right? And then like there's the people that only kind of show up to comment on the giveaways, and I get it, right? But then they haven't been picked, and then they're just like, you're never gonna pick me, blah blah blah, and they get mad, and you're like, oh my god, bro, there's hundreds of comments over here, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what makes you think I'm gonna choose you in the future if you're throwing a hissy fit on the sidelines over here, but that's always fun, but I appreciate it nonetheless. All right. um let's see. Le Male Le Parfum or Grand Soir? I would say Grand Soir. Le Male literally just smells like a typical, like there's nothing really special about it, in my humble opinion. I just I'm not really into it. Melissa, hope you're well. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. But I do know that it's like, it does the job. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those scents that you're not going to stand out, but you're going to smell good. And yes, I do need to try Citizen Jack, absolute. That is probably the third or fourth person that has asked me that. So I have to keep that. Let's see. People be tripping. I know, right? Dude, they're just like tweaking. You're like, geez, calm down. Calm down. But it's okay. I always appreciate the love. Hi, Sandra. How are you? You've been missing out on the giveaways, man. I think the last one we did, was it the MFK? No, it was the Mancera fragrance. Yeah. Hi, first time I caught you on live stream. Love your videos. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate the love. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying to test to see what times are best to kind of go on lives and things like that, because I usually do it at nighttime before I go to bed. But this time is actually really nice too. So yeah, I've been, it's been quite a day. It's been a great day and stuff. Been looking at some jewelry videos, trying to get knowledgeable about that sort of stuff. Okay, let me scroll and read more of these comments. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? Creed fragrances, I have to say that, like, I put my opinion on there of what I feel about Creed fragrances, at least the ones that I've tried, right? And I don't want it to be misconstrued as I don't like their fragrances, because they do smell good. Like, they have the mass appeal, but it's just a bit too hoppy in my opinion when it kind of comes to the performance from bottle to bottle, right? Because there's a lot of variations. Not variations. There's been a lot of reformulations, different batches and stuff like that. There's some Aventus bottles that last over 8 hours, but then there's some that last around 3 to 4. So it's just a bit of a gamble, but completely up to you. You know what I mean? If you go to Nordstrom and Neiman Marcus and you smell them and you like them, then you can go get it. It's totally like it's a perfume. So let's see. Love your video. Has been waiting on that Sillage versus Silver Mountain Water video. Yeah, I have not smelled Sillage yet. I have not. Yeah, Silver Mountain Water is my favorite fragrance from Creed so far. I have not tried Himalaya yet, even though I know a lot of you have been telling me, like, come on, you gotta try that one. You gotta try it. Any fragrances that are objectively bad or basic but are still frags that you love? I would say not bad, but like Omnis Homme, for example, like that is what I would classify as a dumb reach type of fragrance. You know what I mean? Where it's not meant to be a special scent. It's meant to be something that's easy to wear whenever, wherever. That's how I feel about L'Homme by YSL as well. You know what I mean? It's just simple, easy to reach for. It's nothing that I'm like, oh yeah, today's the day to use Lom. Like, it's just, okay, I need to go somewhere, let me throw that on. But I will say, I haven't been using either of those fragrances. You already know what's been in my top 5 rotation. You are in my top 3 YouTube reviewers. Aw, you're sweet, John. Thanks. I appreciate you. Himalaya is just okay. I got bored of it fast. You know what, Will? I will say I'm kind of similar with Silver Mountain Water. I didn't get bored of it, but it's just that it got dethroned. It's still a nice fragrance, and I still recommend it if you like, Creed and stuff like that. But yeah, I feel you. I totally get exactly what you're talking about. Let's see. Thoughts on Prada Luna Rosa Carbon? I like that. Carbon is actually a really nice fragrance. People, the only people I've seen complain about it are dudes, right? But for me, when I wore that, I remember I got 2 compliments within the first 20 minutes of me wearing that fragrance from 2 women. They were like, oh, you smell really nice. That smells good. You know what I mean? So yeah, it might be aggressive when you're wearing it because it's just all up on you, right? But to the people around you, it's just wafting around perfectly, and it smells really good. Thanks for your time and sharing information with us. You're welcome. Oh, I appreciate how sweet you are. Thanks. Hello. Let's see. Have you been eyeing any other PDM fragrances after you just got Carlisle? To be honest, I do wanna try Cassili. I love Meliora. Trying to get my hands on Meliora because my sister actually loves that fragrance, so I want to kind of give her that scent. But yeah, Cassili. And somebody mentioned the new one, like Haltane, to me, but I'm not like eager to try it. I'm not like, oh, I have to. You know what I mean? If I do, I do. Tom Ford just dropped that all gold bottle. Did you see it? No, I didn't. What's the name of it? Went to Ulta yesterday and actually sprayed Good Girl on me, and that praise kink in me sparked up. Almost called myself. I'm telling you, Sandra, that shit is super sexy. Till this day, it still works. You know what I mean? You will only really hear hate on that fragrance if, of course, it doesn't match with your skin chemistry, like if it smells off, right? But it's just because it's popular that people kind of dog on it. But it's nice. Do you have a P.O. box for fellow fragrance lovers to send decancer bottles to? Yes, I do. Just DM me on Instagram, though. Just DM me on Instagram, and then I'll send you that information. All right? Okay. Thoughts on Dossier? I would love to try that dupe house, but I have not. I made a video, actually, with Gabrielle about Dossier. I don't know how they pronounce their stuff, but she's tried a lot of their fragrances before. You have the oil perfumery version of Cassili, and it's good? Ooh, okay. It's the new Tom Ford Noir Extreme Parfum. Really? And it's all gold? Interesting. Noir Extreme Parfum. Let's see. That's the one everybody's talking about. Gucci Flora. I think... Is it Gucci Flora? Hold on. No, Gucci Bloom is the one that I don't like from Gucci. Gucci Flora, it's a decent fragrance. Very florally type of scent. A little bit forgettable in my opinion, but it totally does the job. What do I think of Bond 9 fragrances? Not the biggest fan of them, to be totally honest. They kind of flatline, in my opinion. Like, they underwhelm me. Like, they'll smell nice. They'll get compliments. They're mass appealing. But at the same time, they just don't scratch that itch enough for me. When you get like a mosquito bite or something like that, and instead of like scratching it and you get this sort of like, I don't know, internal feeling of satisfaction, you're just like teasing and like scratching around it. That's kind of how I feel about Bond 9 fragrances. Or another example I'll give is they just don't like hit the bullseye for me. You know what I mean? So, but they're good. Hey Melissa, did you get ombre leather yet? I haven't, but it might be on the way. Potentially, Mike. It might be on the way. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's see. My favorite fragrance notes to wear. I don't have a favorite fragrance notes. I get asked this question a lot with like, can you tell me what your favorites are? But it really depends on how it's blended for me. It just depends on how it's blended because, like, for example, I love cardamom, right? And when I smelled it in La Nuit de l'Homme, fell in love with it. But then the second I smelled A Midsummer Dream by Raja, I was like, what the fuck? I didn't like that fragrance. So I never really look at notes and I'm like, oh, I love that one. I want this one. You know what I'm saying? It just, I do not do it that way personally. Which one did you review? Good Girl? It's a good one. Did I layer Chanel Blanche in Rehab? I have not. Very interesting layering combination. Okay. I do like Chanel Blanche, and I do like Rehab separately. I will say I don't really layer fragrances that much. Even with the salt and pepper Elysium combo that I did a lot, I'm more of a one fragrance type of gal. You know what I'm saying? So lately I've just been wearing salt and pepper by itself. But if you like to experiment, if you're a scientist in that regard, then keep doing it and let me know how you like it. What's worth it, Libre or Libre Intense? Here's the thing, Jamie. I only tried both of those on test strips, and it was months ago, so I can't even remember, to be totally honest with you. I do need to hit that back though. What I will say, I think I remember the Libre, like just the regular Libre, better. Definitely mass appealing type of scent. It's just like another dumb reach type of fragrance. You know what I mean? If you have that in your collection and you're gonna go meet up with some friends or going on a date, you'll be fine wearing that fragrance. Okay, let's see. Let me get some water up in here. Thirsty. Thoughts on Mandarino di Amalfi? Oh, it's a pass for me. A lot of like the I think it's Aqua de Parma. A lot of their scents that I tried were just very like one-dimensional to me, and they were all pretty similar to one another, so they didn't really differentiate from each other, so I wasn't really as into them, you know what I mean? Okay. What fragrance house would you and Gabrielle pick to create your own fragrance, and what would be the notes? Right now, I'm leaning towards Precious Liquid, just because the owner, the guy that made that, made Oud Wood. So I'm like, okay, he's made Oud Wood and he can make things like Oud Symphony and Salt and Pepper. That's a pretty good like portfolio, you know what I mean? So I feel like he'd be able to conjure up a really nice type of scent. To be honest, the only two like perfumers I'm aware of, or two or three, that have been brought to my attention are the dude from Creed. Is it Erwin Creed? Something like that. Alberto Marias. I think he did Pie by Givenchy. And Richard Herpin, the guy that did Oud Wood. Those are the only three that I know. So I'm just like thinking, okay, which is my favorite fragrance between these three? All right. Hi. You're back. How are you? Jade's here. Hi, Jade. How are you doing? You doing all right? Have I tried any Aqua de Parma scent? Yes, that's the house I was just talking about a second ago. It's not my favorite. Not my favorite. Okay. Yes, the Drop Rosé. It is a nice scent. It is a nice fragrance. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just wanted to hop on live, say hi to everybody, see how they're doing, answer some questions while I can. And yeah, today I've honestly been kind of like I've been trying to educate myself in terms of like gold jewelry and stuff like that. So but I've been like outdoors and stuff, so I have to kind of chill out. So let's see. Am I interested in trying Me Sincere? Yeah, I'm down. Oh, it's a niche brand of Alberto Marias. Hell yeah, I'd love to. I would love to. Okay, it's okay. I want to learn more about perfumers too. Man, I remember the first time somebody asked me, they're like, so who's your favorite perfumer? Like the back end sort of questions. And I had no clue. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, and I actually learned on my lives because people were like educating me, and then I looked at that stuff later on, so that was cool. What are my thoughts on clones? I've made a video about that with Gabrielle because she has more experience with like clone houses than I do. The ones that I've mainly used are like Armaf. I've tried the Club de Nuit Intense Woman, Club de Nuit Intense Man. And the Poseidon house, but that was only one fragrance. But you know what the thing is, like, if it's in your budget and it makes you happy and you smell good, wear it. Go for it. You know what I mean? On the flip side is me putting myself in like the shoes of being like a perfume creator or something like that and coming out with a scent and then having a company just like rip it off for like a little bit. You know what I mean? So with that, I could kind of see the frustration there. If I were to ever drop my own fragrance, I'd be like, what? Somebody's selling that's like my scent for like 25 bucks. But you know what? To each their own. Everyone has their own budget, so I'm not really gonna trip about that. Can't rise. All rise. Dior Homme Cologne. That one I smelled that on my sister's boyfriend, and it's a nice scent. It's a nice scent. Another, it's like L'Homme, like a dumb reach sort of fragrance that you know is gonna smell good when you throw it on. It's never gonna get complaints. The Ariana Grande fragrance is good, but I don't know if her other fragrances are dupes of other things, are they? It's interesting. I just saw your video on your birthday. We legit have the same birthday. I knew I liked you. You know what I mean? 7-Eleven, the best birthday to have. Very easy to remember. Nobody forgets that type of birthday. And it's in the summer. Summer is literally the best season. Melissa, are you active on Instagram? Yes, I am. I do my best to reply to DMs and stuff like that. And lately I've been doing a lot of ask me your question type of things on my Instagram stories so that you guys can ask me what you want and I can try to respond to as many people as possible. And I love Instagram now. Before it used to kind of bore me, but now I'm like, okay, this is fun. I'll just like post a reel here and there and then respond to people, and it's an entertaining time, you know? Is there a point you gatekeep perfumes? The only time that I did that was with Salt and Pepper, because I got a sample of it from Gabrielle and I was like, fuck, I need a full-size bottle of this. And I was like, but if I talk about it before that, what if it sells out? You know what I mean? And it did end up selling out after but I ended up talking about it before I got the bottle. But the thing is, the order was already in, so we were solid, right? But then it did sell out after I was talking about it. So that was the only time. But honestly, I really don't gatekeep anything from you guys. I mean, you see my collection. There's not hidden fragrances that I have somewhere like a secret stash over here that nobody sees that I use. If you hear a baby crying, it's not your child. It's the neighborhood kids. But yeah, I'm very, very honest about what I like, what I don't like. Let's see. Hi. I have smelled Black Orchid. It's nice. And I'll do another video on that because lots of people have asked me for my opinion on Black Orchid. So yeah, I would love to. Your value is all relative. Okay, let's see. I am. And Johnny, I am. Okay, let's see. Melissa, instead of layering, have you ever coordinated scents like wore different ones to form a killer combo while together? Ooh, me and Gabrielle? Well, it's just kind of like, for example, you know what, I don't think we have, I'm sorry, I gotta close that. Dang. Please, attend to your child if they're crying. Let's see. It's so hard to get Black Orchid in the Philippines. You know what, Jamie? I could see how it would be difficult, but at the same time, I wouldn't wear Black Orchid in the Philippines. It is just not gonna be, it's not gonna be as smooth as you think. It's gonna be a very cloying fragrance. It might be headache inducing. It's just, you know, super, super sweet, you know? For that type of weather. That kid is upset. Yeah, I hope that the kid's okay. You know what I mean? I was just like, is there anybody there? Anybody there? Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if you could still hear it. Okay, he stopped. But yeah. Let's see. Happy Tuesday. Hi, happy Tuesday to you too. Any cheaper perfume recommendations? Haley, I actually posted a video a couple days ago about, I think it's literally titled that, cheap fragrances that still pull compliments. But I did mention Club de Nuit Intense Woman, because that thing does pull and it does smell fantastic. I will say the rose note to some people is a hit or miss, but a very nice fragrance. Performs over 10 hours. Man, the price for that one went up, so I can't really recommend that. The thing that sucks, I will tell you, Pink Sugar is a great cheapie because it's like a $20 fragrance and it's sweet. But the thing that sucks about the feminine fragrances is that they literally, the baseline for them typically is like at least $50-$60. There's a lot of cheaper scents for like cheaper masculine scents, and I'm not talking about dupes. I'm like talking about actual fragrances like, you know, Versace the Dreamer original creations, right? Like this is like a 20 something dollar fragrance, but with the feminine scents, they're priced up, which is, you know, they're like, oh, it's beauty and cosmetics. Girls buy this, we're gonna charge them more than guys. But like Cool Water is, you know, a very affordable type of scent. Do you ever use Mercedes-Benz Club Black, and does it ever get you compliments? I have worn it before, and yes, it did get me compliments. I hardly wear it anymore because it's way too warm. Where did you... Okay, what fragrance were Gabrielle and I wearing when we first met? I was wearing Ombre Nuit, and she was wearing Kirkay by Tiziana Terenzi. Those were the two scents. Okay. PDM Greenlee, hit or miss? Oh, it's a miss for me. I don't like that fragrance. Let's see. Happy Tuesday. What are your thoughts on Anicio Parfums Oud for Greatness? Ooh, I have not tried that scent from them. That's probably the most popular fragrance I get asked about with that particular house. But I will say the other like 5 to 6 Anicios that I've tried have not been my favorite. I like Rehab, and Side Effect is something I'll always recommend because I know it's sexy, but it's just not my cup of tea. But like with Bless Baraka, kind of reminds me of like an Achilles type of fragrance, you know, in a way that other guys would just clamor to it, but it's a bit too like hyper masculine to me, at least, you know what I mean? Absolute Aphrodisiac wasn't, and something Vibrations, Addictive Vibrations, just not really my favorites. Let's see. Thoughts on Dolce & Gabbana The One EDP? I gave that one to my cousin, and he loves it. He loves that one. So it's like a grapefruit amber fragrance that doesn't really perform the best, but it smells nice. Sedley, the hype says I should like it, however, me no likey. Very interesting. You got away with words, for sure. But I will say that I do like Sedley, but honestly, it reminds me of Oceania, because the first, Oceania was the first one I tried between the two of them. And when I tried Sedley, I just instantly thought of that scent. So to me, I like it. The purple bottle is Intense Cafe by Montal. Okay. Have I tried any Byredo scents? Yeah, I've tried Baldi Afrique, and I didn't like it. Did not like that fragrance. I have not tried that new Parfums de Marly yet. Atomic Rose? No, I haven't tried Atomic Rose. Let me scroll up. Le Male Le Parfum Mercedes-Benz Club Black for Fall. Oh, Mercedes-Benz, hands down. Hands down, you're welcome. Smelled Afternoon Swim yesterday at Louis Vuitton Boutique, and wow, it smells really good, by the way. I'm glad you love it. It's definitely a great fragrance. It's my favorite orange citrusy type of scent. Definitely. I think when I've talked about it, I do my best to kind of tell everybody that it's a simple fragrance, because I'll still get comments of like, but it's so like, you know, they're like, oh, but it's basic, it's nothing complex. And I'm like, I literally say in my videos that this is not a complex fragrance. I say that, but like, you know, it goes right over people's heads. But yeah, it's just a really sexy, simple fragrance. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Man. Okay. Doesn't Gentle Fluidity Silver have good performance? Yeah, it does. It does have good performance, and it has a very nice scent trail as well, and it has pretty decent projection, so it's pretty solid. Just bought pie yesterday, and I see what you're talking about, right? Yeah, CJ, that fragrance is just, it's crazy how it transforms depending on who wears it, right? Because on me as a woman, this smells like a very feminine perfume. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't smell masculine at all, and there have been guys that tell me that they wear it, and it smells more masculine on them. Skin chemistry, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, anybody can really wear pie. Anybody. I've taken your advice on Bleu de Chanel EDP, and it smells amazing. Followed you on from TikTok to YouTube. Aw, thank you for the love. Bleu de Chanel is it's a classic. It's a timeless fragrance. You'll still be rocking it 50 years from now because it's still going to be relevant. You know what I mean? Versace Dylan Blue is a good fragrance for a date. Okay. Sure. Recommendation for a 10 out of 10 unisex fragrance that women love on men. I have like an exact video on this on YouTube. But you know what? Okay, I could say something like, look, Carlisle, Elysium, Salt and Pepper. That's my holy trinity right there. All right, Carlisle is perfect for like the sweet type of scent. Salt and Pepper is great as a fresh fragrance. It's a little bit more masculine than unisex. Carlisle, they can kind of be similar. Actually, maybe a touch more masculine and stuff like that, but they smell fantastic. I am Filipino, yes. I do prefer Aventus Cologne over the original Aventus. Millesime Imperial is a pass for me, though. It's just, doesn't scratch that itch for me. Took your advice on Cigar and OMG, it smells good. I'm glad that you like it. I'm glad you like it. Your pops uses all your Bleu de Chanel. Yeah, no, Bleu de Chanel, I've said this time and time again, it's an uncle fragrance for me. With my experience with the people that I know, it's just Filipino uncles love that scent, which is why I never say that, at least lately, no. Over like the past year, I've never really called it like a sexy fragrance because that's what it reminds me of. You know what I mean? And then their sons wear Sauvage or Eros. There's just like no in between. You have the Filipino uncle that's wearing Bleu de Chanel. There's the top, and then his son is Eros or Sauvage. That's it. All right, you should try Latafa Velvet Oud. Okay, I'd be down. Let's see. Do I use Ombre Nuit? Yeah, I do. I haven't really been using it often though because I haven't used any sweet fragrances. The last sweet scent I used that I actually wore was Carlisle. I did test Calamat Black from Arabian Oud, but yeah, wearing that in the heat and testing that in the heat was just not a good idea at all. My favorite perfumes to mix, Haley, are honestly Salt and Pepper and Elysium. But on the feminine side, I love when my girlfriend does Blouse by YSL and Rose Blanche. So good. So good. Okay. I need my man to smell like Leighton or Carlisle. Yeah, Jade. See, it's super sexy. And people ask me, they're like, should I get Leighton or Carlisle or both? You can get both if you want to, but if you really are just trying to get started, go for Leighton, all right? Because Leighton just has that mass appeal, very easy to wear. It's very easy to fall in love with it. And then if you're like, you know what? This was good for its time. Now I want something a little bit more unique and a little bit more bold. Then switch over to Carlisle. Because some people that make the instant jump to Carlisle can't handle its greatness. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, it's too much for them to handle. There's so many things going on. They've never smelled anything like it before. And then their nose kind of gets overstimulated with the scent. And then they end up not liking it. Just kind of go step by step. If you don't know what to pick, just go with the easier one to wear, which is Leighton. Okay. I would love to try that one. Herod? Oh no, Herod is a pass for me. I don't like Herod. What would you recommend as a fragrance that's just hang out with friends, nothing pretentious, just to smell nice and friendly? That's where stuff like L'Homme comes in, Star Walker by Mont Blanc. Well, I was gonna say Versace Bright Crystal, but that shit is super sexy to me, honestly. Heures d'Absence by Louis Vuitton is a great fragrance for that as well. Okay, I have smelled Hachibat. It's up here somewhere there, but yeah, very strong performing fragrance. It has that oak moss dry down that throws a lot of people off, but for me, like, it doesn't smell as moldy as people make it out to be. It smells really good to me. I've gotten nothing but love with that. Which do I prefer, Hachivat or Cedrat Rosé? Cedrat Rosé, hands down. Have you finished a bottle yet? If so, which one? I have not. This is probably my most used bottle, is Light Blue Intense. Because honestly, when I started getting into fragrances like late 2020, early 2021, I was documenting my process of it the whole entire time. So like you kind of saw what I liked, what I didn't like, what kind of fell off, you know what I mean? So it hasn't even been like 2 years yet. And as I was doing this, like as I was just getting into fragrances, my channel on TikTok started growing. So people started sending me a bunch of things, you know what I mean? So like I never really had like that year or two where I was only rocking like 5 cents nonstop. You know, I didn't get to have that sort of experience, but I have no regrets. I like the way that this turned out. Have I tried Lost Cherry? I have. I'm not the biggest fan of it. My coworker bought a big bottle of Bright Crystal. She's been rocking it. It's slick. You test the Noir? Yes, I have, but I much rather prefer Bright Crystal. Again, it has to do with the weather that I live in, and also the memories I have associated with Crystal Noir is just like Texas to Brazil and that waitress that was wearing it and it was blasting, and it's like I don't want to smell Crystal Noir and lamb at the same time while I'm eating. It's just gonna make me nauseous. I hated it. I was like, please don't wear that as like a waitress in like a restaurant where like the windows aren't open. Like Jesus Christ, you know. Okay, let's see. Other hobbies or sports you play? No, she does not play pickleball, but I mean, I love music. I have a guitar here. I actually want another guitar. It's a Taylor guitar. It's like a GS Mini. I for some reason I really want like a smaller acoustic guitar that has the sound of a full guitar. You know what I mean? So that would be cool. I like that. What's the name of that color? It's like that oak sort of color. No, what is it? It's like a dark brown type of color like that. But I want to get into drums and stuff. I haven't played basketball and golf in a minute, but you know, let's see. Am I a gamer? I am not. Well, I do like playing chess, but that's not really what people deem as like a gamer. You know what I mean? But chess and like Wordle, you know, shit like that. That's my jam right there. All right, Lost Cherry kind of smells medicinal to me. I get that. It kind of has like a Robitussin thickness to it. You know what I mean? Where like a cough syrupy sort of vibe, which is why I'm not the biggest fan of it. You know what I'm saying? What's your favorite tobacco fragrance? My favorite tobacco scent. The thing is, my favorite tobacco fragrances aren't tobacco dominant. You know, like with Naxos, for example, the honey carries that, and then the tobacco comes in. With Spice Bomb Extreme, the tobacco is there, but the vanilla carries it. You know what I mean? So I would say like those two fragrances are my favorite ones. Try ukulele. I have one. Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's see. Taylor guitar is worth every penny. Yeah, man, because the one I have is an electric acoustic, so it has like the wirings on the inside that sort of like rumble from time to time, but I just like the sound of just a nice, clean acoustic guitar. Like a GS Mini would be perfect, you know. Who's your favorite fragrance reviewer on YouTube? I really don't watch other fragrance reviewers. I know I get this question all the time. But I don't really watch videos about fragrances on YouTube. It's more of stuff like jewelry lately, like with chains and stuff like that. So I really can't say anybody. I spend if I'm on YouTube, it's to reply to the comments in my videos and stuff like that. So I don't really kind of keep up with what other people are talking about and what they're doing. Toba Color, my bad, is a new fragrance I've tried. Ooh, and you like it? Sweet, sweet. Okay, I don't like, somebody asked what I think of Raja's Midsummer Dream. I'm not a fan of that fragrance. It's just a bit, there's like an underlying stink to the smell that I just can't get with, you know. Thoughts on the brand Replica? I like Replica. I love Lazy Sunday Morning. By the Fireplace holds a very special place in my heart. And kind of the unsung you know what? The dark horse of that brand for me is at the Barbers. Just because I don't have the sample of it anymore. But there was something about it that was just nice and sexy. I was like, wow, this smells really good. You know what I mean? You can tell because you're not repeating what everyone else is. Okay, that's interesting, and that's what I want. You know, I want to make sure that like whatever you guys send me, because here's pretty much what I do, right? Like I'll talk about the fragrances I have here, and I literally make videos based on what you guys want me to talk about. So I'll see a comment that says, can you do a top 10 or a top 5 fragrance video on summer nights? Like recently I did a Cuddles fragrances video, right? And then I did another one of like, can you do a video of pineapple fragrances? So then I just do that. You know what I mean? And then if I have followers or if there's brands that want to send me stuff and they just want my honest opinion about it, I will literally give my honest opinion about that and do that. You know what I mean? And then I also have random videos of me like eating Jamaican jerk chicken wings and stuff like that, because that shit goes hard. I love that. Silver Mountain Water is it really the panty dropper you've been making it out to be. Honestly, Silver Mountain Water to me is my favorite Creed fragrance. I think it blows out all the other Creed fragrances that I've tried and that I've smelled on other people. Is Creed my favorite house? It's not, right? But I will say I can't deny the reactions I was getting when I was wearing that. The only person that didn't really like Silver Mountain Water was Gabrielle. And in her words, she's like, it's too basic for you. So I was like, okay, I'll take that as a compliment, but everybody else loved it. Every other woman that smelled it on me was just in love with Silver Mountain Water, except Gabrielle. So take that as you will. It does have the mass appeal. Oh, I do love Blue Agave. Yeah, definitely. Blue Agave is a really, again, kind of like Afternoon Swim. Simple, sexy fragrance. That's it. Okay. Why don't you have Oud for Glory in your collection? I have not even heard of that fragrance until right now. So that's probably the reason why I don't have it. Let's see. I know I smell vanilla everywhere and I still like it. That's totally fine. You know what I mean? If you dig vanilla fragrances, keep wearing them. That's another popular question I get. People are like, can you do the top vanilla fragrances? But I mean, I'm not really the biggest fan of vanilla dominant scents, if we're being honest, you know? I would say, yeah, Tobacco Vanilla is good. Spice Bomb Extreme is good. But when it really comes to like tobacco, like vanilla fragrances like Vanille and Sensé by Atelier Cologne, not the biggest fan of it, you know? Okay. Right on the money about Carlisle. It started out way too heavy. Yeah, so again, like kind of ramp your way up to Carlisle, you know, especially because I get a lot of like even younger people. Like I've gotten a few high school students that are like, Melissa, I want to buy Carlisle. I'm just getting into fragrances and they want to buy the most unique, the sexiest, blah, 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 blah. But what you have to remember is that with fragrances like Carlisle and Black Phantom by Kilian, yes, they smell good, but is it like a 16-year-old fragrance? Is it something that when you think of those scents, you're like, oh yeah, that reminds me of a 16-year-old? It doesn't, right? It just, I'm like, for me, it's like, I don't think that you'll be able to pull it off to its truest potential if you're 16 wearing something like Carlisle or Black Phantom by Kilian. Of course, try it, see how you like it, but then also like try to also have a fragrance that has that mass appeal, especially if you're just getting started. Because whether people want to admit it or not, more people care about compliments than the ones that don't care about it, you know? And the ones that don't care about it are very honest on YouTube comments saying like, oh yeah, like you shouldn't wear things for other people. And I totally get that, but like you can't lie, like you were also once that person when you were getting into fragrances, trying to find something that would be likable for everybody else around you. So don't let anybody clown on you if you want to get a fragrance because you want to get compliments. It's totally fine. You'll be all right, you know. All right. Hi, I'm such a big fan. I went to Paris recently and went to Parfums de Marly and got some samples, and Carlisle is my favorite. I love that, Andrew. And I hope you enjoyed your trip to Paris. Okay. Let's see. More questions. Recommendations for a guy going into college. Blue Agave by Precious Liquid. Sexy ass fragrance. Smells really, really good. And similar to Salt and Pepper, where it's sexy to the feminine nose. And I always have to emphasize that, like, whenever I talk about these type of fragrances, because, like, it might, if, especially because I'm assuming you're a guy, like your name is Andrew or Daniel or something like that. So if you're smelling a fragrance that I'm saying is sexy, you might not view it that way, right? But then wear it around women and then get back to me, all right? But of course, if you want something that's sexy to guys, then get like Red Tobacco by, what's it called? By Mancera. Okay, let's see. Big fact, I want to be told that I smell good. Yeah, no, I think that's totally normal. If you want to own that, if you like getting compliments, and if you wear fragrances for compliments, totally fine. And if you have a collection where you have your compliment getters and then you have the ones that you enjoy for yourself, that's cool too. You know, I will never shame anybody for their fragrance collection, because at the end of the day, it's perfume. Like, it's just perfume. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I have not tried that Dior fragrance. The only private blends I've tried from Dior are Ombre Nuit and Fève Délicieuse. Those are the only two. Yeah, I've tried about 4 from YSL, and I didn't like Caban or Kaftan. Like, but I haven't tried Baby Cat yet. That one I always get questions about. Yes, people telling me I smell good is the best compliment ever. Yeah, you know what? And it's a bit different, right? Because for me, like, you know, we've all had those moments where people are like, oh, I like your shoes, I like your jacket, I like your shirt. But it's different when you're kind of minding your business and someone comes up to you and is like, hey, by the way, like, you smell really nice. Because it's nothing that's visible, right? But it's still really attractive. And that's what interested me with fragrances from the jump, is that, like, for like, what I've noticed about myself is I always found it attractive when people smelled good, right? Even if you're bumming it in some sweats and a tank top, if you smell good, it's sexier than somebody that doesn't smell good but looks nice. To me, right? So I don't know. I like it. I like it. It's an invisible accessory. Okay, wait, not Spice Blend. I did try another Dior. It's called Vanilla Diorama, or Diorama, something like that. I did not like it. I did not like it. Somebody told me that they like my shoes today at the grocery store. That's awesome. I'm sure you have really, really nice shoes. Smelling good is really a life hack. You know what? It really is. And you'd be surprised, especially like with TikTok, right? I talk more about the designer fragrances on TikTok than I do on YouTube, just because the way that the algorithm is set up is very different. But people, like, a lot of people out there really don't wear fragrances. It's even rare to find people wearing like the Bath and Body Works stuff in comparison to the whole world, right? So whenever I'm telling you that these fragrances are unique and they're niche scents, don't look at it in a way of like, oh, it's unique to fragrance connoisseurs, because that is such a small percentage of people in the world. You know what I mean? I am talking about when you are out there in public, and that's what my videos are directed for. It's not for people that are just into niche scents and they want the most bold, the most unique. It's for people that still want that unique fragrance out there in public. So when you're around other people, you stand out and you smell different, because people don't know that private blend scent or that niche fragrance. I hope that makes sense. Hi, Adela. Do you have a skincare routine? You're glowing. You are sweet. Thank you. My skincare routine is literally just the CeraVe, not moisturizer. What is it called? I'm blanking. Wait, what is it called? It's like a, you know where like the thing that you wash like the dirt off your face, like with those, a cleanser, that's shit. It's a cleanser, right? And then I'll go in with like this retinol cream after I wash that off, just like a pea size of it, I've been informed. And then I put like the CeraVe moisturizer on top of that, and then I'm good. Do you know any fragrances that are attractive to other lesbians, a fellow lesbian wanting to date? Absolutely. I got you. I will say that Salt and Pepper is literally amazing. Just because, like, me and you talking right now, like, if nobody else is here, like, you know how I've said that it's sexy to the feminine nose? It's literally perfect for you being a lesbian, because you know that it's sexy, and when you wear it, you know that a lot of the femmes around you are going to find it very attractive. You're not going to have that wall like a lot of guys have, where they're like, this is basic, there's nothing special about it. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about when you smell it. So that's a good masculine one. I love Blouse by YSL. That's really nice. Versace Bright Crystal pulls a lot of compliments as well. Ombre Nuit is a solid fragrance. Prada Black does, you know, no, actually I'll take back Prada Black. Go with Naxos. Salt and pepper. I think I got a gift idea for my buddy. Thanks. I got you. Hi, Joe. I will say, if you're interested, I do have that coupon if you want $20 off. But you let me know if you want that. If you want to pay full retail, go right ahead. But if you want it, you let me know. Have I tried Gucci Guilty Absolute? I have not. I would love to. Any layering combos that lean unisex? Anything with Molecular One. But hold on, wait. You know what? My salt and pepper Elysium combo does go unisex, because Elysium gives it more of like a feminine balance, because salt and pepper is more of a masculine scent. But when I put that with Elysium, it smells super unisex. I really like it. My favorite combo. All right. Thoughts on Fahrenheit? No, I don't like it. I don't like it. I hope you're doing well too. I hope you're doing well. Citron Rosé layering with Molecular One is awesome. Oh, hell yeah. That shit would last forever. Citron Rosé is already an intense, like, loud fragrance. So you will be good. Believe me. No. Noir Stream and Carlisle are not extremely alike at all. Is 1 million Lucky good for teens? Yes. During cold weather. Any Killian Frags? Angel Share is my favorite. I also love Black Phantom. And Love Don't Be Shy. Yeah. How come you don't talk about Nasomato? Because I haven't tried it. Wait, Melissa, do you wear sunscreen? I do. Of course, I wear sunscreen. Yes, I do. Every morning, I throw on my sunscreen. And then if I'm outdoors, I'll reapply it like every 2 hours. You know what I mean? Opinion on Mont Blanc Explorer. Honestly, kind of forgettable, in my opinion. I prefer Star Walker over Explorer. I also prefer Legend Spirit over Explorer. Personally. Have I tried? I've only tried Scandal Pour Femme. But it's like a sexy honey fragrance. The masculine one, I have never tried. Best heat fragrance, I love Blue Agave. Molecular One is good too. Do you think salt and pepper can be worn in the cold? Yes. Because it's one of those like fresh fragrances, because it has that ambroxan that can do really well in cold weather, so you don't have to trip about it. Opinion on the new YSL ED2. Ooh, I haven't tried that yet. Hobdon or Ojon? Best on California weather. Oh man, neither of those would really be good for California weather. If you had to, maybe go with Hobdon, but still, I will say I used to love Hobdon, but then it got really cloying for me one day, and I've never worn it since. So just be really cautious about that. Mont Blanc Explorer or Aventus, in your opinion? Neither. I would rather do Club de Nuit Intense, man. My favorite drink? Water. I stopped drinking. I don't drink alcohol anymore. But before, honestly, I was a very simple kind of girl. It was just very much like a honey Jack and Coke. Yeah. And then the typical vodka cran with pineapple. You know what I mean? I wasn't really into like the fancy ass type of drinks, you know. So yeah, I'm trying to think. There might be, you know what? There might be one, like, if I really like try to remember, but those are just like always solid choices. All right. Any perfumes that smell like fresh laundry? Lazy Sunday Morning by Replica smells like that. Another one is Prada L'Homme smells like that as well. So Prada L'Homme is kind of, it's a more masculine fragrance. It's like irisy, you know. Yes, literally somebody said Prada L'Homme. Favorite cologne name? It's not a cologne, but this perfumer gave me her fragrance, and it's called Whore. And that shit never leaves your mind. You know what I mean? I remember the first time I talked about that on TikTok, I was like, Whore. And it was in the bottle, it says Whore. You know what I mean? So yeah, that one is a name that I'll never forget. Is Clive Christian good? I've only tried X. And you know what? It's an old Hollywood type of smell, more feminine fragrance, but not my cup of tea to wear. But I think that if you like those bougie, old fashioned, old Hollywood type of fragrances, then you'll like that, you know? Do girls like leather fragrances or is it mostly guys? Honestly, guys are the ones that go literally ape shit over leather fragrances. I have not met a girl that loves leather fragrances on other people and on herself. You know, ombre leather, I will retest that on my skin. But with like Tuscan leather, Falcon leather, what's the other leather scent that I smelled from Precious Liquid that I didn't like? I can't remember what it. No, it's like a suede. It's like amber suede. No, I did. It did not do much either. Okay, let's see. Jack and Coke is always your go-to as well. It just does the job. You know what I mean? You know the drink that I hate? Mai Tais. I hate. You know what? No, soju was actually really good too. I can't believe I forgot about that. But Mai Tais suck. I had the worst experience. Jay's like, no, ombre leather sucks. Okay. You almost went on Leslie. I feel that. Let's see. It's easy. Let's see. Wait, easy to tell the difference. Lived in San Diego for 4 years. Yeah, there are a lot of Filipinos in San Diego. You don't understand fancy drinks. I mean, they're nice, especially like, I mean, I used to love strawberry daiquiris, you know what I mean, back in the day. Like, those smell really good. Fanta Tropical, the best drink. Gotta keep that in mind. Okay, here's the thing with unwashed fragrances for me. I don't really like them. They smell a bit too mature, in my opinion, at least for my age right now. Like, there's nothing that I enjoy about them. The only people that were really riding hard for unwashed fragrances when I was talking about my dislike for them were people that were like 50 years old and up. You know what I mean? They loved unwashed. But when I was testing them, because I tested like 12 unwashed fragrances, more than 12, and they were all just pass. Reflection Man was a decent scent, but I just didn't find it as good as other fresh fragrances. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is quite mature. It is quite mature. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Interlude Black Iris. Joe knows. Yeah, Joe has heard me talk about this nonstop. He's like, yeah, she hates that shit. Okay. Tested hair today, and your girlfriend said it was your favorite on. Ooh, I love that. I love that. If the girl likes it, that's what matters. True about Amouage, Middle Eastern leaning. To be honest, to me, Amouage doesn't smell as, like, you know, Middle Eastern. It smells a bit actually kind of Western in my opinion, but it smells like stuff my grandma, my Ina loves. You know what I mean? That's what it reminds me of. Okay. Yeah, Beach Hut, yeah, not my vibe. What's my go-to scent? Salt and pepper. Memo Paris is so good. I would love to try more stuff. Okay. Yo, finally here for a live. I love your channel. Thank you. Thank you for the love. How you doing? I'm glad you're here. Glad you're able to stop by. How's your day going? You've recommended. I'm so sorry. I really try to read everybody's stuff, but sometimes like it goes too fast. So I know that I definitely miss some questions and comments and stuff like that. I've tried one Issey Miyake fragrance. It's my grandma's. Fuck, what was the name of it? It looks like a white flame. It was okay. I wasn't really the biggest fan of it. You know what I'm saying? How often do you go live? Honestly, it's very sporadic when I go live. There was a time I was going live every day, and I wanted to, you know, continue to do that, but it's hard. Sometimes you get busy, you know what I mean? But yeah, it really depends on how I'm feeling. What's up, yo? I'm Michelle, so hype. Love with these new scents. Oh man, well I'm glad you're having a great day. Will Baccarat suit a 20-year-old guy? Hell yeah. Baccarat Rouge is a unisex fragrance, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Anybody can wear. Honestly, Any sex can be, I mean, any fragrance can be unisex if you're bold enough to rock it like that. But yeah, it you can wear that. In fact, I do know. I remember somebody sent me like an article that there's like actually a few NBA players that rock Baccarat Rouge and the X-Ray as their signature scents because it's a nice, sweet, sexy fragrance. Okay, need your opinion on Pegasus. Total pass for me. Very feminine fragrance. I gave it to my sister, the sample of it, and she smells good with it, but she hardly uses it as well. But yeah, I don't find Pegasus to be masculine at all. I had my sister smell that blend, and actually another other girls smell it blind too. They all thought it was just like a typical feminine perfume. So, okay, let's see. How do we ship you fragrance samples to try, Melissa? First of all, you're very sweet. Thank you so much. DM me on Instagram. I try to reply to as many DMs as I can. And when you DM me, I will send you my P.O. Box information, all right? Dwight Howard rocks the X-Ray. There it is. There's another one. I can't remember the other guys that do it. But it just depends. Like, if you want a sweet scent, I think a lot of people kind of get misconstrued where they're like, if it's a sweet fragrance, that means it's only for women. But no. Guys can wear sweet fragrances too. Women can wear fresh fragrances as well. Women can wear things with ambroxan. It's totally fine. I would love to try cologne. Somebody told me it smells like a pepper, like a bell pepper, which I think is very interesting. Is it me or the new batches of Leighton weak? You know, oh, thank you. Thanks, Keith, for the love. But, man, the last time I tried a bottle of Leighton, it was October last year. When that was the last time I tried a recent bottle of Leighton. And it performed pretty good. Burberry Hero, all I know about that fragrance is that Adam Driver is like the face of it, but I haven't tried it. I haven't tried it yet. I've been told by a lot of people to give that a shot. Okay. Does YSL Y Parfum last for you? I've only tried the EDP, and that thing does last. The Parfum, I have no clue about. Okay, opinion on Tom Ford Black Orchid. It's a nice sweet fragrance, very unisex. Completely ignore that it says it's for women, because guys can wear that no problem. Super unisex fragrance. I have tried Creed Silver Mountain Water. It smells delightful. Not my favorite, but it smells good. A couple more questions before I go have some dinner. Imaginary authors. Jazz Club or Leighton, more if I'm wearing a suit. I don't, honestly, Walter, both of those are considered sexy fragrances. It totally depends on your vibe. If you are more of a mysterious dude, then go with Jazz Club. If you're more of like the person, the person that everybody's drawn to, go with Leighton, and you'll be fine. Have I tried Apex by Raja? I have. I did not like that fragrance. I made a video on that one. I make a video on all the fragrances I tried, but yeah, Raja sent me that scent, and it was a hard pass for me. Did not like it. Where did you buy the Mercedes scent? This one, I bought it. Where did I buy it from? It was from a discount site. Maybe it was like Fragrance Net back in the day. I think it was Fragrance Net. Yeah. Leighton is pretty basic. No, I would, you know what? Of course, if you're trying other fragrances, then sure. But like, for me, like Leighton, it will do the job. Like this guy's saying, if he's in a suit, right? You're not just gonna be dressed up in a suit by yourself at home, right? If you're in a suit, more than likely you're about to go to an event and you're gonna mingle with people. Leighton is the perfect fragrance for that type of situation. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna be mass appealing. It's still going to be unique because people around you are not going to be wearing Parfums de Marly to the extent that they're wearing Dior Sauvage. So you will still smell good. Okay. My favorite fragrance, Salt and Pepper. And the coupon for that is Melissa 20. That gives you the $20 off if you want. You can also get it at Max Aroma as well. But Max Aroma sells it for $275. But on the brand's website with my coupon, it's $255. So totally up to you. Buy where you're comfortable. But yeah, love that fragrance. Super sexy. It's probably the best fragrance in terms of compliments and reactions from women as of late. Oud Esfahan, pass. Don't like that fragrance. It's not that I don't like it as much, but it's, well, rose and oud scents aren't my favorite, but if you compare Oud Espahan to other rose oud fragrances, it's just like a small fish in a big pond, you know? It's not really that great. Do they ship to Asia? I think so. There's a lot of, like, they ship to a lot of places. You can check it out on their website. And if you have any other questions, because I know people have their questions, just DM me on Instagram. It's the same username, Melissa National. It's linked in all of my videos. So you can check it out there. Does it last long? Yeah, it does. These are cool. You should do more of these. I do my best. I actually do them at nighttime instead of in the daytime. But yeah, I'd love to do more around this time. But anyways, I have been on live for a minute now. So thank you all for showing up and showing some love. But, oh, hold on. I have one more question that popped up. Vanilla is the best note for any fragrance. No cap, just ask any female. That is wrong. That's wrong. But to each their own. To each their own. I appreciate that. Don't forget about Melissa's links. I won't, Montrese. I won't. All right. I'll see y'all later. Bye.